Have you ever noticed how some people completely lose themselves the moment they fall in love? Maybe you've been there. At first, everything feels exciting. You still have your own goals, your own hobbies, your own friends, your own routine, but slowly, without even realizing it, your entire life starts revolving around one person. You stop making time for yourself. You stop chasing your ambitions. You begin measuring your happiness by how they treat you. And that's when things quietly begin to change. Think about it. Have you ever looked back after a breakup and realized, I don't even recognize the person I became? Be honest with yourself. How many decisions did you make because you genuinely wanted them? And how many did you make because you were afraid of losing someone? That's a difficult question, but it's an important one, because relationships rarely fall apart overnight. Most of the time, they slowly drift in that direction. One compromise, one ignored boundary, one abandoned goal, one lost piece of yourself at a time. And that's where most people get stuck. They think the biggest threat to a relationship is another person, but often the biggest threat is losing your own identity. Think about it. When two people first meet, they're attracted to each other's lives. Your confidence, your purpose, your independence, your ambition, your sense of direction. Those things matter, not because they make you perfect, but because they show that your life has meaning outside the relationship. What most people don't realize is that attraction isn't just about appearance. It's about energy. It's about how someone carries themselves. It's about whether they seem emotionally grounded or emotionally dependent. There's a huge difference. If your happiness depends entirely on one person, you naturally become anxious. You overthink every message, every delay, every change in behavior. You start seeking constant reassurance. And without meaning to, you begin putting pressure on the relationship itself. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who constantly needed validation? Someone who needed to know everything was okay every single day? It becomes exhausting. Not because they're a bad person, but because they're asking another human being to carry responsibilities that belong to them. And relationships were never meant to work like that. But here's the thing. Many people misunderstand emotional strength. They think it means hiding every feeling, pretending nothing hurts, never asking for help, never being vulnerable. That's not strength. That's fear wearing a mask. Real emotional strength is something much quieter. It's being able to experience pain without letting it control your actions. It's staying calm during uncertainty. It's taking responsibility for your own emotions instead of expecting someone else to fix them. Think about it. Life is going to challenge you. You'll lose people. You'll fail. You'll get rejected. You'll experience disappointment. That's unavoidable. The question isn't whether those moments will happen. The question is who you'll become when they do. Will you fall apart? Or will you slowly rebuild yourself? That's real resilience. If you zoom out for a second, you'll notice something interesting. Healthy relationships aren't built around dependency. They're built around two complete people choosing each other, not because they have to, but because they want to. There's a huge difference. One relationship says, I need you to complete me. The other says, my life already has purpose and I'm happy you're part of it. The second one is much stronger, because it isn't built on fear, it's built on choice. And that's why purpose matters so much. Not because work is more important than love, not because ambition should replace relationships, but because losing yourself helps no one. Your goals matter, your friendships matter, your health matters, your values matter. The moment you abandon all of that for another person, you slowly begin abandoning yourself, and people can feel that. Over time, confidence turns into insecurity. Independence turns into attachment. Peace turns into anxiety. Not because love is dangerous, but because identity was replaced by dependency. And this isn't just true in dating. It's true in friendships, families, even careers. Whenever your entire identity depends on one thing, you become fragile. Because losing that one thing feels like losing yourself. And that's the real lesson. This isn't really about relationships, it's about identity. Who are you when nobody is validating you? Who are you when nobody is texting you? Who are you when you're completely alone? Because the answer to those questions determines the quality of every relationship you'll ever have. So what do? Keep building your own life, Protect your goals, keep learning, stay physically healthy, spend time with good friends, develop interests that have nothing to do with dating, communicate honestly instead of playing games, set boundaries without becoming cold, be emotionally open with people who have earned your trust, while also taking responsibility for your own emotional well-being. Because maturity isn't pretending you don't feel, it's learning how to handle what you feel. And over time, something changes. You stop chasing approval, you stop living in constant fear of being left. You stop making another person the center of your universe. Not because you care less, but because you finally learn to value yourself too. And maybe that's what healthy confidence really is. Not believing someone will never leave, not believing you're better than everyone else, but knowing that even if life changes, even if relationships end, even if your heart gets broken, you'll still be able to rebuild. Because your identity was never built around one person. It was built around the person you choose to become every single day.